Prince Rothasen and Lady Mary. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a king who ruled with wisdom and virtue. The king had a beautiful daughter named Princess Samak, who was beloved by all the people throughout the kingdom. But fate took an unexpected turn when one day, the powerful ogress Fancharat learned of Princess Samak's beauty. The ogress desired to have a beautiful adopted daughter like Princess Samak. She disguised herself as a merchant, entered the palace, kidnapped Princess Samak, and took her to her castle deep in the forest. "Do not fear me," Fancharat said to the frightened Princess Samak. "I mean you no harm. I only wish for you to become my daughter. I will take good care of you." Although Princess Samak knew that Fancharat was an ogress, she accepted her fate. She was well cared for by Fancharat. As time passed, she was allowed to travel outside the forest. There, Princess Samak met and fell in love with a young king. They married and had a son named Prince Rothasen. Prince Rothasen grew up to be a handsome prince, skilled in all arts and sciences. When Prince Rothasen turned 16, his mother summoned him and said, "My dear son, if you ever travel to another kingdom, please pay your respects to Fancharat. Although she is an ogress, she raised me, and she has bestowed great favors upon our family." Prince Rothasen promised and kept his mother's words in his heart. When the time came for Prince Rothasen to journey abroad to further his studies, he remembered his mother's request. He traveled to the deep forest to pay respects to Fancharat. When Fancharat saw Prince Rothasen, she immediately recognized him as the son of her beloved adopted daughter, Princess Samak. "My dear grandson," Fancharat greeted him. "How fortunate I am to meet you. Please stay here. I will teach you all the magical arts and spells." Prince Rothasen stayed with Fancharat for a long time, studying magical arts and spells from her. In Fancharat's castle lived her daughter named Mary, a young ogress with strange beauty and a gentle heart unlike other ogres. Mary first met Prince Rothasen when he arrived at her mother's castle. "Who is this person?" Mary asked her mother. "He is Prince Rothasen, the son of Princess Samak, who is my adopted daughter," Fancharat replied. "He will stay here for some time. Take good care of him." From that moment, Mary fell deeply in love with Prince Rothasen. She took the best care of him, bringing him food, helping prepare medicinal texts and spells for his studies, and protecting him from dangers in the forest. "Your Highness," Mary said to Prince Rothasen one day, "there are many dangerous beasts and other ogres in this forest. If you go anywhere, please allow me to accompany you so I can protect you." Prince Rothasen smiled. "You are very kind. I thank you greatly." But Prince Rothasen did not love Mary as she loved him. He merely wanted to stay in Fancharat's castle to study magic. His heart always thought of his homeland and his parents. Time passed, and Prince Rothasen had mastered his studies and wished to return home. But he knew well that Fancharat would not easily allow him to leave, and Mary would be deeply saddened. Prince Rothasen thus devised a plan to escape. One day, Prince Rothasen said to Mary, "Mary, I wish to have the lotus flower that grows in the pond deep in the forest. I've heard that this lotus has a wonderful fragrance and can be used to create special medicine. Would you help me gather some?" Mary immediately replied, "Of course, Your Highness. I will go gather them for you right away." She hurriedly set off toward the pond, which was far from the castle. When Mary left, Prince Rothasen seized this opportunity to sneak into Fancharat's treasure room. He stole a magical flying horse and other magical items, then quickly flew back to his kingdom. When Mary returned with the lotus flowers, she found that Prince Rothasen had disappeared. She cried with sorrow and hurried to tell her mother. "Prince Rothasen has escaped, and he has stolen your flying horse," Mary cried. Fancharat was furious. "Ungrateful human. I raised his mother, taught him my arts, but he betrays me. I will capture him and punish him accordingly." But Mary pleaded, "Please, mother, do not harm him. I will bring him back myself." With her love for Prince Rothasen, Mary quickly flew after him. She used her magical powers to conjure a powerful storm to hinder Prince Rothasen's journey. But with the magical items he had stolen, Prince Rothasen was able to withstand the storm and continue flying. Mary followed Prince Rothasen until they neared his kingdom. She called out loudly, "Your Highness, why did you leave me? I love you and would die for you. Please come back." Prince Rothasen turned to look at Mary with pity. "Mary, I apologize for deceiving you, but I must return to my kingdom, where I am a prince. I cannot stay with you. You are an ogress, and I am human. We cannot be together." Mary wept. "I don't care what you are. I love you with all my heart." She tried to get closer to Prince Rothasen, but he used his magical items to protect himself. "Mary, please go back. Return to your mother. I thank you for your love and care, but I cannot return that love." With profound sorrow, Mary cried until her tears dried up. She watched as Prince Rothasen flew away into the distance without looking back at her again. Mary's grief was immense. She returned to her mother's castle with a broken heart. She refused to eat, refused to speak to anyone, and cried every night until finally, she died of sorrow. Legend has it that after Mary died, her body turned to stone in the middle of the deep forest, where she had first met Prince Rothasen. And on the night of the full moon, if anyone hears weeping coming from the forest, it is the spirit of Mary, still waiting for Prince Rothasen's return. Another legend says that Mary's spirit floated up to the sky and became a bright star shining in the night, watching over Prince Rothasen from afar and always lighting his way. This is the tale of Prince Rothasen and Lady Mary, a story of true love and sacrifice, even though that love was not meant to be.